What's going on, YouTube? So I got a little bit of something different this week. Instead of pulling a cement tanker, we're going to be doing a live bottom. We're going to be going to get some palladium for a different mine. It's going to be a little bit of different scenery on the way back. The way there is going to be the same thing that I always see. A little bit of different once we get a little closer to where we're going. We're going to pass the mega scale. It's like an airport. It's massive. I've never seen it while it was open. So let's pray that we're not getting pulled in. Don't want to waste any time because we do have a deadline for this load. And yeah, so I'm at my truck. It's just warming up a little bit. Did my pre-trip. And just got to get my stuff in the truck. Once it's warmed up, the fridge is cold, and we're gonna get back on, not back on the road, but we're gonna head out on the road and go from there. Perfect time to pass. Look at that. And then they hit their brakes. Awesome. Awesome. I love four-wheelers. We're in a really big rush, less than 2 kilometers to the passenger here. We're just around the corner. Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm finally here in White River. It's been a really shitty morning for recording. Didn't really get much clips. Unless you guys wanted to see kind of raindrops and wiper blades all day long. The weather is getting a little tiny bit better right now. I've been parked for the last 25 minutes on my break. But the vehicles passing by here have a lot of frost on the front end of their vehicles, so I'm guessing the rain has turned to freezing rain a little further north. So I got another 5 minutes or so before I head out from here, and then we're gonna head more north. I'd say probably another 6 hours or so, and then park up for the night and go from there. But yeah, I have a deadline. I have to offload Wednesday morning. We're going to pick up some palladium for the mine in September. Alright, so we're back on the road here now. We're northbound and down. We're empty right now. Headed up to just before Thunder Bay, but in the bush, kind of in the boonies, where there's no service. And we're gonna go load up some palladium, bring it to the mine in Sudbury. The weather's getting a little bit better. It is still raining, so it's not going to be the best views here, but it's a lot better than what it was this morning. You're not going to hear the raindrops and all that. I mean, unless the weather gets a little worse, but it seems to be holding up pretty good right now. So we're not going to complain, and we're going to let it do what it's going to do. We're just going to keep trucking along here. Well, it's a little bit of change in pace for me here. I have an empty live bottom on right now instead of a loaded pneumatic air tanker with cement. And instead of stopping in Marathon to offload, we're going to pass right past there, and we're going to keep on trucking, make our way over to where we're going, load up, and then head back this way and go there. Well, it's been pretty smooth sailing today. Empty all day up the grades. Pretty awesome. Don't have to worry about anything pretty much. Still not sure what we're gonna do tonight. If we're gonna go to sleep at the Flying J, or if we're gonna go to the mine tonight. So go to the mine, then we're gonna have to go through the scale tonight. And if it's open, we're gonna be stuck at the scale because we won't have the hours to keep going if we get stuck there. It's like an airport. It's huge. It's a massive scale. They inspect pretty much everyone there. It's massive for Ontario. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest scale we have in all of Ontario, if not. Yeah, actually pretty much all of Northern Ontario. I'm pretty sure there's much bigger ones than what we have now in Canada itself. But yeah, it's
every time I've been through there while they were building it, it was massive and it was closed. So now it's open, and we'll see if the lights are on or how it goes for us. Yeah, so it's been a pretty smooth day. No headaches. I went and got my trailer last night, and I forgot to turn my fridge on. Obviously, once I parked my truck, I didn't have it at my apartment, so I couldn't plug it in. But I forgot to turn my inverter on. So I got in the truck this morning, go to put my food in the fridge, and it was not fun. So like everything wasn't bad, but everything was kind of like defrosted and shit. It's still pretty cold out at night, but yeah, everything was defrosted, so I had to get rid of all that. Good thing I had extra food and stuff, but yeah, I had to clean that up this morning, so that was a pain, but other than that, everything else went smooth. I didn't have to go down to French River to go grab the trailer. I did all that yesterday. I should have brought my GoPro with me, but I didn't. Yeah, so I'm finally back on the road with my grandpa, my trainer. Once I got my license, I drove behind my grandpa for about a week or two, and he's been off for the last little bit, but he's back on the road now. He's ahead of me now, and we're going to do a load together. It's the same load that we did as my first ever load with him, and my first ever load. We're going to do that together now, so that's awesome. I love that. Some nice chats on the CB, and he's like my alarm clock. When I'm alone on the road, I gotta set like 15 alarms, and then I still have a hard time waking up. But I know, and when I'm with him, I wake up to bang on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning, or right on the cab where my head is. I'll let you guys see a little bit of a time lapse while we make our way a little closer to where we're going. Right here is where I'd be pulling off right now if I were with my cement tanker right now. Be going offload in there, the Berg Hemlo gold mine. But we're not doing that this time around, so we're gonna keep on going. I'd say probably another 4.5, 5 hours for today. And we're probably gonna park up at the Flying J and then just get back at it fresh in the morning. Go from there, you know, have a coffee, washroom, stuff like that. Shower tonight. Go from there. Got a big old girl right there. So we're emerged to Highway 1117. If we were to take a Randy Bobandy right here, we'd be going to Highway 11 towards Cochrane and Long Lac, Kapuskasing, and all them areas there. The flattest and straightest route I've been on, and yet I've seen the most accidents on that route. Not sure why. my biggest guess is that there is not enough passing lanes and people pass on corners and the smallest inclines because they are impatient. But there is not enough passing lanes on there, that's for sure. But they definitely shouldn't be passing unsafely like that and causing accidents. So we're just pulling into Nipigon now. I just went over the Nipigon bridge there. We'll be pulling into the Petro in about 2 minutes here. Get some fuel, grab a coffee, and head back out on the road until we hit the Flying J. Actually, I might not grab a coffee because I think we're stopping soon. Alright guys, so I'm parked up here now at the Flying J. And I get ready for some sleep here. Get 8 hours of sleep, take off in the morning, go get loaded. I'm just gonna grab a quick bite to eat here before I go to take off for bed. And it's a nice muggy morning. Let's put some miles in. Everyone's still asleep. And we're awake. We're about 20 minutes away from the scale house, and then about another 5 to 10 minutes until we take a right. And then we're starting to get into the remote area. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're loaded up. Axle's on the ground. Just gonna take my boots off real quick here. We're gonna get back on the road here. I just picked up a load of palladium, which is what they use in catalytic converters, one of the minerals in there. The load itself is worth $482,000, $642. Or $482,600 and whatever I said. But yeah, that's a big load to have on for a 22-year-old driver. These boots are full of palladium. Yum! This is why my truck can't ever be clean. And in 2 minutes, put it back on. I want to go up is the main reason we have to chain up here in the winter. And a lot of trucks spin out here, so in the winter they have to keep the gate open. Because if you stop, you're not making it up. You need all the speed you can, but there is a speed limit here, so you can't speed before you get past the gate, which is kind of dumb. Let's see if they leave it open. My grandpa just went through here about 30 seconds ago, and they let him through, so hopefully I don't gotta stop. And yeah, I'm gonna have to stop. Oh. Nope. Look at that, gentlemen.
hill now.
So that's third gear with the axle down at about 128, 127 and a half thousand pounds. We just got back on 1117. We're headed to eastbound. And the lights are on, northbound. So it was another night well spent. Parked a little early last night. Got here about 10 and a half hours ago. And it is now 3 a.m. We're gonna head out in about another 5 minutes or so. And we're gonna make our way over to the mine. And we're gonna do our offload and figure out what the day has planned for us. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be staying home today, or if I'm going to be taking it back off onto the road for another couple days. I don't mind whatever happens. Money is money, and home time is home time. So let's see what happens, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. This is why I love driving early mornings and late at night. No one's on the road. The only thing that sucks is here, for some reason, Tim Hortons closes at 10 o'clock and doesn't open until 5:30. Makes no sense. I want a coffee in the middle of the night. Especially at Tim Hortons that's literally across from a truck stop.